Tani nga tso terang dana yung kanga tani nga tso terang kan chatchit nyang kanga mo tsangma la shizhu delak kan samzhi jiga yin.
Good afternoon to everybody who has come here today.
Tani nga terang shizhu nga tso chatchit kan nangdun da kang rezina tani gum gyabshir ka tani jirne ta langtong zaya tani ka rez.
And the topic for this afternoon's teaching is going to be related to Shamatha and insight meditation.
Tani gum gyabzi kita nga tso tani semkam gum zhongdar shi ligzres.
So when we talk about meditation, what we are referring to is a kind of training for the mind.
Tani tangbo nga tso gum gyab gowi gyamtsin da kanyante ha sarwoz tani ha korgo res.
And what we first need to know is actually the reason why we are meditating or why we should meditate.
Tani nga tso shawa leka kang lena yang tani thomar nga tso nda le gowi gyamtsin da kang re. Shawa leka nda lena tela tani mdrewa kang yo kare taga thomar nga tso ha korgo ya te res.
Whatever kind of action we undertake or whatever kind of work we do, we first need to understand the rationale for doing it. And not only the rationale, but the result that we can achieve in doing this work.
Tani perna nga tso lipo zhongdar mashina, tani nga tso lipo ndela tani nat mjata mandra mambo yungare, tani nat tela tani nga tso tsowa nga la dungar mambo yung, tani natsa ga dungar mambo yung, tani matse yang yakboz tani mayong, suso matse tani taga tondang dambaz tani shetab ka mareze perna nga tso lipo to zhongdar mashina.
So if we don't exercise our bodies, then we will easily become sick. And with sickness and illness, much suffering will result in our lives, we'll have much inconvenience, and it will prevent us from doing a lot of things.
Tani ti gyamtsin da nga tso tsama tani hako yo re, hako yo ti tani nga tso mambo ga tani zupo la zhongdar ndra mambo shek yo re.
So this is something that virtually everybody understands, and on this account most people exercise their bodies frequently.
Yena nga tso semkam ga tola tani zhongdar shek goya ta nga tso mambo zika hako yo marez.
However, the need to train one's mind is not something that as many people know about.
Tara nga tso mambo zika tani zhongdar tani sheki yo ki te yang hako yo marez. Semkam go zhongdar ziki tani zhongdar zi yo ya te yang nga tso mambo zika hako marez. Nga tso semkam go zhongdar ziki zi yo ki te yang yo pa te yang hako marez mambo zika.
Even the fact that there is such a thing as training the mind is something that not many people know about, or not everyone knows about.
Te yindi nga tso mambo zika tani nga tso semkam go zhongdar te la tani tongchong she ne tani langzho yo res.
And for this reason, many people do not attach much importance to the training of the mind.
Tani nga tso muze kita Gandhi zila ziga yo res ne na nga tso muze ya te ngupo kanga nga tso driba res na nga tso she te tani ngupo re, vembo re, she ka te tani sem res. Sem tang vembo nika la tani ki tsokpa te la tani nga tso muze ne tani maantaka yo res.
So what does it mean, in fact, to be human? What is a person? A person is comprised of both a physical form, physical matter, and the mind. So we are a composite of both of these things.
Tani nga tso muze kita ngupo kyangba yang mare, tani ta di sem kyangba yang mare, tani ka tsokpa de yemba te tani thomar nga tso tani ngunzan she go res.
We're not just our physical matter, and we're not just our minds. We are a fusion of both of these things, and what we need to do at the outset is recognize this fact.
Tani nga tso muze ya te ngupo tang sem nika ka tsokpa yendi, tani nga tso ngupo ka cha te la ngupo korang ka gumko chik tang. Tani nga tso sem te la sem korang ka gumko, tani gumko mandawa ni yo res.
So on account of the fact that we are comprised of our physical selves and our minds, we have needs in respect of both of these halves. So needs in respect to our physical form and needs in respect to our minds.
Tani nga tso zupo tini gungko the kangrezina perna zamata chida jota tani khawukta o teso tamchepo ngacho tini zupo ta wembo ngupo tini gungko res.
So our physical needs, the needs of our bodies, are things like the need for food, the need for drink, for sustenance, for clean air.
Teni techo mayona teni ngacho teni zupon teni demo thapkamare zupon ti thola dumar data manda mambo teni yongres gunko techo mena.
And if we are not able to fulfill these needs, then we will experience suffering in our bodies.
Teni sem telayang tedang jawa zaka ngacho semkham telayang teni tedang jawa yang teni gunko mandawa yang chiores.
And just as our bodies have their needs, so too do our minds have needs of their own.
Teni semkham ke teni gunko ta kangrezina teni ngacho teni yang takpa tawa masoso la tawa la ndamanda mambo yore tinani tawa yang takpa gore ndashi yang takpa gore teni toso teni ngacho semkham ke teni
As for the needs of our mind, there are a variety of opinions, in fact, on what these are. But what we do need to arrive at is an accurate view of what our needs are and an accurate awareness of the needs of our minds.
Teni ngacho zupula goya teni zamatang teni chitang teni khawutang teso thamayang yo teni semkham la goya teni yang takpa tawa tang yang takpa samlo tang teso chama yo sona teni mukchik ta zo mot teni dethang ga ngane ne thap kres.
It's only after we have satisfied the physical needs of our body, whether in respect of food, water, air, etc., and then the needs of our minds in terms of a proper understanding, proper views, and proper thoughts. When these both aspects are brought together, at this point can we really talk about living healthily.
Teni teni kinani kang mena yang teni pena teni lipo gungko yakpo mena da teni semkham go gungko yakpo mena da kang mena yang chit mena teni ngacho dethang ngane yarje san rawatan choa kerwatan to so shithap ko mare teni dungar mambo yung dos yung gres.
However, if one aspect of these needs is lacking, then we will not, in fact, be able to live in a happy and healthy manner.
Teni te ngacho khorang ga teni ngubo ga teni chunyet te ngubo khorang ga netser te teni ziri te ngacho tapadang dewa yo mare je pena ngacho te chushen khang ga chushe ta masheta yana nangba sheta yeshi sheta teni ga tapalang dewa yo mare kangkanglam dewa mare khona ngubo rang ga netser te teni ziri ngacho tapa shinkhang zgi na mogli te teni ziri tapa machine khang zgi na teni ziri yana nangba yenare teni to yeshi yenare.
So fact the human like this in respect of its various needs is something that is just a fact or the basic essence of what a human is. It's not a religious characterization. It doesn't rely on having a particular religious faith, whether it be Buddhist or Christian or otherwise. It's an objective statement of what it means to be human.
Teni ngachu tarta teni ngachu choa nangla teni dungar mambo zu yonggendu jite so thamchepo choa nangla dungar damanda mambo yorete lipo kyangwa ga yang mare sem kyangwa ga yang mare kapkap sanga chu lipo gumkho yakpo me pijim senji teni dungar yonggendu kapkap sanga chu teni semkham ga thola teni semkham gon dopa te yakpo kong mathapa
in the course of our everyday lives, we experience all manner of sufferings. They're not necessarily exclusively physical sufferings or mentally derived. Sometimes when we don't or are unable to fulfill our physical needs, we experience suffering in this regard. And sometimes when we're not able to satisfy the desires of our minds, we also come upon suffering.
Teni kyaparta ngaso teni perna tastan rawo inna teni ngaso chisho ko teni chowa ngubo chowa te yargi teni songyo pa teni kabinna teni ngaso ko dungwar mangchi ata teni sem ko tode yong dungwar te res.
But in the current day, when we live in a state of relative material affluence, most of our suffering does in fact derive from the suffering of our mind.
Tani ngama gnekamna nguma razina tini ngubogun sowa yargi maswa ti nerkam razina tini semga tola yang dungmer yo re tan mambo zut tini nga so ta lipo dungmer re ngamaina.
In eras gone by, when we did not enjoy the same standard of living that we do today, then whilst we did, of course, have experienced mental suffering, a lot of our the pain that we encountered was due to physical suffering.
Then also, mamangchi was going to Shina, draw a miracle Lodrö going to Shina, mamangchi was going to Shina, Perna Tambo, Liga Dumertini Zaki Mepa, Konji Mepa, Teso Mambo Yong, Tani Zaki Konji Teso Yopi Gini, that same Gotoni Dumer Mambo Yong, the Rushinatani Shirtam, miracle Lodrö Latin Rizre, Lodrö Mandavi Nekamna, Dumer Mandavan Duze.
In general, looking at the course of human history, it has tended to be the case that people began with suffering related to their physical lives. And then as their needs for food and clothing were satisfied, the mental suffering began to increase. So with different stages in human history, different sufferings or kinds of suffering have ensued.
Tani machiglam so na zenga so roa mir zeni tani mashit machiglam so na machikun soa na la na te dang ra bore bena kap sanga so semkham gu dungar da mambo yore kap tini lig dungar da tani mambo dos.
So even in respect of an individual, one person, this is how things operate. From time to time we will have more mental suffering, and other times we will experience more physical suffering.
Tindi indi pena nga so musti na pena hwanjur ka tini chakin te tini te kyobo tindi yimbi nerkam na tini ta lidang lig dungmer tini mambore tini pamjur ka chakin te yar yakpo chak sarwi jini tini semtok dungmer ta mambore.
So during times when we are not in the most flourishing of economic circumstances, we may experience physical suffering, but after we've resolved our situation in this regard, then mental suffering will begin to multiply.
Tini tindi dungmer tela tini nga so ina musdang si na tini nga so sama tini dungmer tela ha chang chakayon re tini di dungmer te para mepa shea ga tondagla tini azo tini chu shawa lekkan ramra mambo pena rigni mambo tini laksar mambo tini samlo mambo to so sama dungmer to so par mepa shea ga tondagla tani tsama tini samlo mambo tari samlo mambo chun tendra was sar chun shi tani laksar mambo tani sar to chi tendra was tani shawa mambo le ndu yate ngachu dumur to so mepa ga tondagla res.
But these kinds of suffering, or suffering in general, is something that humans really fear. And in order to stave off or get rid of this suffering, humans have engaged in all kinds of endeavors, whether it be inventing all kinds of new technologies, studying all kinds of cultural pursuits, all of these things engaged in with the purpose of eliminating this suffering.
Tini yina nga tsu tini dungmer te tan par mepa shepa ga tapshi ti tola tini nga tsu ruwa mirik zinanda nga tsu mamang chi shu zika ti tola tini nonchar halipa chenpo shi yores.
However, generally speaking, in terms of a method for eliminating suffering, the majority of people are very mistaken in what they believe, in what they regard the effective method to be.
Tini nonchar te kang re zena nga tsu mamang che wa zika samlo tangpa yana nga tsu dungmer te tsangma te tini ta shirur ne pe na nga tsu la chu ngupo me pandra ota yana pamjur me pandra ota yana katak nyanchak me pandra ota yana thup gosa me pandra ota wangcha me pandra ota tini shirur ke tini sir nga tsu la dungmer te yung ndug samne nga tsu mamang che wa zika te sam go yore ze nga tsu dungmer mambo yoya ge gimtsin te tsangma shirur na yore samne.
And this mistaken idea lies in the view that most of our suffering comes from external factors around us. So a lack of riches, a lack of power, a lack of status, or whatever it might be. Most people attribute their suffering to causes and factors in the world around them.
Teni tenji ge samlo to yo charti teni nga cho teni sosola dumur moyong wa tang dewa yong I tond teni shor kana ngupo mambo pamju chim yarje stane ngupo mambo sak tinra wota teni soso go teni mangchak nyanchak teni to jepi thawla chonje ta teni soso go no teni thop kosa ta teni yo I tondala teni nga cho shor la leka mambo le yores.
So based on this idea that suffering comes from the external world, most people, in order to address this suffering on this level, engage in accumulating riches, in achieving high status or fame. In short, they direct their energies precisely to this external world.
Tani shir nga chu dumur mambo zo to shir ne yong yo origina yong yo re rete nga chu tani dumur chama shir ne yong yo sambi samlo to
Of course, this is not to say that none of our suffering arises from the world, the external factors around us. Of course it does. However, to think that this is in fact the entire source of our suffering is very mistaken.
Tini tin norwach chigrese norwach nipa de gangrese na tini ngacho mangchi ga ka samlo tana ngacho chowa na la yo pi dingmur ndra mambo yo pate tak thamche po mar mepa shia tang dingmur ta thachu shia pala tini ngacho shurur ka tini perna gormo mambo yo anda ta sosola thup kosa chimbo yo anda wangcha yo ba tindis yo na tini ngacho dingmur ta thachu shi thup kare samni ngacho tindi tak la thapsi tindi tak la samlo tang de tini yang tin chwa chigre tin de norwa ni pa de reason chwa ni pa de reason.
So the first mistake is the idea that suffering is derived from the external world around us, things in our external lives. And then the second mistake is based on this first mistaken view that the way of going about addressing this suffering, getting rid of it, is to work at the level of factors in our external world too. So amassing wealth, achieving status, and engaging in efforts like this.
Teni ton ngoma tolapshana ngacho teni li tang sem gi dungur teni soso yewa shene teni ngacho she gore teni li tang sem ge dungur ni kaka yendi teni li ki dungur me pa tang sem gi dungur me pa she pa ga thapsi te ya thapsi susu yo gore thapsi chig yong go mares.
However, what we need to do is to distinguish, in fact, the needs, our physical needs, and distinguish between these needs and the needs of our mind, our psychological needs. There are solutions and methods appropriate to each of these needs. There is not a one-size-fits-all approach to both.
Teni ngacho liki dumur teni mepa sheala ten perda ngacho teni chu soso te shawale ka drup chu chung jap je na da leka leke na da to sola teni teni ngacho teni chu chowa ga chakin to tamche po teni drup chi to teni ngacho liki dumur to mepa she thap gres.
So in terms of addressing our basic needs for survival and doing work, doing some business, making some money, ensuring our conditions are in place, this is a way for addressing our physical needs.
Tani ta sem go dumur tintu mepa she gona tani yang thapsi jamba chi go reze ti thapsi jamba ta kang reze na tani ngacho gum jab ke ta sem kum go jondr she ke tere.
However, in terms of addressing the needs of our mind, we need a different method. And this method is meditation, training our minds.
Tani mang che shu tu ngacho go dumur mang che shu tu tini ngacho chirwa la tinin jong yore norwa tang chirwa go sam lo la tinin jong dos.
Most of our suffering really comes from mistaken thoughts and illusions in our mind.
Teni ngacho chua ga nala namgin tini ngacho teni to ngacho teni samlo mang che shu zu teni to chirwa re tin chirwa tele par gar matna teni dumur te cho chawa ni me pa she pa teni de she thog mares.
Since most of the suffering in our lives stems from these mistaken thoughts, then without being able to transcend these kinds of thoughts, it will be very difficult for us to move beyond our suffering.
Tini terang aso tari semkam ko jongder tini gum tini namba tamche bola tini ngochu shek yen ngochu shek tila ramba ni yoze gum mandawa ni ngochu shek yen.
So today we're going to talk about meditation as a method for addressing the needs of the mind, and I'm going to talk about 2 levels of meditation.
Tani ti nani chit kangrezena ngachon chua ga nangla tini so sem marke patang sem nangla dumar mambo shon perna tongser kana dawota yana tele jamba ga tini to kherkyang ga tini samlo kherkyang ga nadawata tini na mambo tini yongo yo te marme pa shiare je chigdo gom chigdo.
So the first type of meditation I'm going to talk about is one that can be applied in the course of our everyday lives when unhappiness arises, or for people who suffer from depression, feelings of loneliness.
Tini ti gom tela tini ngacho manche azga tini tamba nyelja ka gom zegendu tini amarkala tarkib chimbon ro ndu lobda chimot sogona la tela jimjing mambo shekendu maumba na tele kya tarkib chimbon ro sares.
This kind of meditation is frequently referred to as mindfulness meditation. This has become very popular in the United States, and in the future is probably likely to become even more widespread.
Teni ti gomda teni tarta teni ta ngacho lobda chimbona la jimjing shekendu teni tandawaz ka teni ta mambo z ka teni nyamli nyam shekendu ze te hale ba yakbore te na ngacho teni man tone penatini sem marke pada teni yong ener kamna teni man tone teni ta sem chonz teni kebo yong ata teni she ke yoreta te thapsi mare yakbo mare je tele gum jabna ha chang yakbo yores.
So this kind of meditation is currently being researched a lot in universities. It's being widely practiced, and this is a good thing. It's certainly more preferable to taking medicine when we are in a state of mental discomfort. However, there are certain insufficiencies in respect of this meditation practice. It's not possible to say that this kind of meditation will be able to completely eradicate our suffering.
Teni dungar te chimbo chomar dungar chongchong she garezi dungar chongchong she jokore teni dungar chongchong re sona teni dungar te yona ya nga chu teni sem kana la teni myong thap kumare je teni dungar te chongchong ma to mena te nga chu sem kana la dungar te myong ma thap teni saro me pa teni chang jokore teni z ti gom ta she thap garezi ti gom ta nga chu dungar chechong la tong garezi chechong chongchong re jokore dungar tsawani me pare kamar dungar chongchong re jore dungar te chongchong re sona teni nga so sem ka nala dungar te myong thap kamare je ti chora ta saro yo mare dungar te me pa jore jore.
This kind of meditation is able to reduce the severity of our feelings of suffering. So it's able to make a feeling of severe suffering become less severe in the way that we perceive it. It's not able to completely eradicate suffering at the root, but it is able to reduce the intensity of our feeling of suffering.
Pena nga cho borum go khoa ngarmu pena porwa kang nala teni cha chongz nyong lugna teni cha ga teni troa ti nala yo re ta nga cho thong ne kamna nga cho ngarmu da ma to pa teni cha ga troa ta nyong thok mare pena ten da boris.
So it's like if we had a bowl of sweet soup and in it we put a tiny pinch of salt. When we drink the soup, even though there is a little bit of salt in it, because of the overwhelming taste of sugar, we wouldn't really taste it very strongly.
Teni dungar ni pa te kangrezena nga cho dungar te gum ni pa te kangrezena dungar me pa shi ke gum ni pa te kangrezena teni nga cho dungar sama tsawa ni me pa shi ya teni gum jamba chigres.
So this being the first kind of meditation, the second kind of meditation, this one oriented to eradicating suffering at its root.
Tani ti dungur ti gom ti niki nangni gom tamboto tani nga chu chula tapa shimkhani na gom chokore chula tapa mashimkhani na gom chokore tenda waz kape na nangba inna gom chokore yangna nangba mayim batini tagatan zambalang chulu jambazla tapa shimkhan zgi na yang gom chokore te chama ti sik gom na gom chokore.
And this kind of meditation is something that can be practiced by anyone, regardless of whether they're a Buddhist or they have another religious faith.
Tani gomte sazkina tani gomna gom chokoreta ina ti gomte yinjin nangba garezi nangba ga tani jongona na shapas greta ina tani ta jambatso gomna gom chokorezi.
So this kind of meditation, even though anyone can practice it regardless of their background, is derived from the Buddhist tradition. It's a Buddhist meditation.
Tani nangba mayim ba tani jamba namla tani gom yo reze ngama penda jagr ke chulungda ota to sola gom tani yo reta tartanga chu mambo kusha devati tartanga chu mambo zikitini shuchok thola tani chama tani lobta chimo tan do so jimjigshi tani she yo sa gom tenga chu nangba gom zgreta ina te gomna tani nangba mayim na te gom chokores.
Meditation is not purely something in the Buddhist tradition. The Hindu tradition also has meditation traditions. However, the kind of meditation we're talking about now, and the one that is being researched widely in universities, is a Buddhist meditation tradition, even though, of course, it can be practiced by anyone.
Tani gom nipate tani karte gom gona tani ta namba mashina tani namba shini namba yani the so ramba jinda tani namba nangla nyamlim shia mambo yore te so nyamlim mashina tani shitham kumare tani gom karte nipate gom gona tani namba mashina tani gom thap manduze gom nipayna namba sarji ba she gore mashina gom ki yo mareze gom nipate namba tambo to sama sas gom na chokoreze tini nipata tini ta namba mashina tini gom dio mareze tomba ni kitawa ta zoba chembo te sore.
That's all. Okay, so I made a mistake. I'm sorry. The first kind of meditation is one that can be practiced by anyone irrespective of their background. The second kind of meditation is one that requires becoming a Buddhist and having Buddhist goals in one's practice.
Tani ka ramba ni obati nani tani kangin nanda ngachu tani thomar ngachu hakor goya de kangrezina ngachu chua nana yopi tani dingmer mambo yo ate ngachu samna shilog ne yong yo sambi dingmer te so mambo zu to shilog ne mare ngachu rang sem ga nani yong doze.
So first of all, what we need to understand for the first stage of this meditation is that all of this suffering that we have commonly attributed to coming or deriving from the outside world is in fact produced by our minds.
Tani sem ganani yong doze ate jim kandila zegrezena sem ganani yong zeate dumar mambo zata ngarang so nam tok wang tini yong doze nam tok wang yong yore zamba wang yong yore zamba ta nam tok zena chipare tinani ti wang yong doze.
And when we say that this suffering comes from our minds or results from the mind, what we mean that it is the result of various mental constructs and attachments that we have.
Shirtang tini nga so dewa yananda dumur yananda dewa tang dumur zikito kangris la ngunzen go rezena te nga so mo tini chorwa mo nga so mo li tang sem ko chorwa manda was res chorwa zela ze go res.
When we are differentiating between what is pleasurable and what's suffering, in fact, how we really do this it really is us distinguishing on the basis of feelings in our minds or in our bodies.
Tani chorwa ta nyamsum nyungkhan ta sik nyung yore ze pe na nga so lipola tani orma da tinti shina tani chamo ta namo tinti chorwa ta yung gore ti chorwa ta nyamsum nyungkhan ta sik nyamsum yung gore ze na tani nga so shiba ga nyamsum yung yore ze shiba.
When, for example, various feelings occur to us, or when we perceive different feelings, then we ask, in fact, who is it or what is it that is perceiving these feelings? For example, if we incur an injury, a wound, we have a feeling of pain or stinging. In that case, what is it or who is it that is perceiving this feeling? Well, it's our consciousness, it's our sensorial consciousness.
등물 뇽다 맘뇽지지 대와 뇽다 맘뇽지지 뜨니 가서 시바레 드니 시바가 코랑 그 냠뇽 소로아즈라 대와다 등물지가 오래 마토 바 대와다 등물지지 실로라 요파즈 마레지.
So these feelings of happiness or unhappiness, pleasure or displeasure do not objectively exist in the world outside. They are feelings that our perception attributes to different experiences we have.
Tini ngacho tarta tini rentang tawando tini rentang tawa shinshil obazereze ti nandela mangchiwa to shinshil obare ngacho rentang tawa tila jirchu mavjivna Ndi rentang katawa ti ngacho la dungmar hajang mambo tini dungmar mambo tini kidyung gres.
Value systems these days are frequently very mistaken, and in fact, if we don't make reform to our values, then we will generate only more suffering for ourselves.
Tini ngacho un chowa nani dungmar mambo to ngacho tani rentang katawa tila jirchuzu javjagna tani ngacho un chowa ga nang dungmar mambo zat mepa changro res.
If we are able to make changes at the level of our values, then in fact much of the suffering that we usually experience can be eliminated.
Tini ti nani tini rentang katawa ti dungmar kandri ke kanduzina khashiz ngacho tini jiktin de Pena ngacho mayim bazula yimban rawo tinji norwa ga tawa shinche lokba tinji top tini yonggenduze.
Some of our suffering, for example, derives from the fact that in the world around us we imagine things to be a certain way when they are not.
Tini mashi pijimsinji yonggereze ngacho te korang ngacho mayim bazula yin samne tini zongwa tang don chit ngupo nelgze gona ngupo korang yakpo z mashi pijimsinji tini ngacho na semgana la dungar mambo yonggenduze.
It's because we really don't understand the true nature of things and how they operate that we cling to ideas of things in fact existing when they don't, and on account of this we experience suffering.
Pena ngacho tini mulum to miwi nekamna mulum mujimbi nekamna ngacho karti mulum yamba mashina tini mulum ganala tini to ngacho thongi tini ngupo thamchibo ngacho la tini kapkaps dewa ta kepa ke kare kapkaps jikta ta dungmur ke kare tini chuwa ga ta chipa chikyang rese.
So as in a dream, if we don't realize that we're dreaming, then all the things that happen to us we treat as real. So they may alternatively bring us happiness and pleasure, or at other times fear and unhappiness. Just as a dream operates, in fact, so does our everyday life.
Tani ngacho mulum mo ne kabna mulum yimba de shisongna tani ta dumur chama tani ta lamsang tema tak da menro ndozi jiktak da dumur da teso chama tema tak da menro ndozi mulum de yimba kha go sona.
If when we realize that our dream is just a dream, then any suffering that it has caused, or any fear that it has caused, immediately disintegrates, it disappears immediately.
Tani ngacho mulum zikita dan chowa zikindini ke khabar ta kangrezena ticho thongthong tela thongthong jangatini mulum tela ngacho tini tela tini mulum zegare ticho techo rambo jangatini ta mulum tela tani ngacho chowa zegare ze ti khabar ticho rangthong ma to khabar yo marez.
How are we to understand the difference between a dream and our everyday lives? Only in terms of the length of time. A dream is something that usually takes place over a relatively short period of time, whereas our everyday lives are something that are rather long in duration.
Tani pena terang atsun nyam dindilan dindi tsokang zikanalan tsokni tani atsun dindi khabda shikayo pan chachif shikayo pan de mulum rita ngatso dindi mulum zimbi yorita yana ngubu tongo thola dindi yore zegona ripi zongluk thoni tini yashi gona halipa shi kamores.
So the fact that we are gathered here in this church this afternoon listening to a teaching from the point of view of from the theoretical point of view, if we are to ask whether or not this is a dream or in fact whether or not this is really happening, it would be in fact quite difficult to answer that.
Yeah. Ini ya sih kemarin nganso pena tini nanang kelola tani tong cuci kelola tini jana ke Jungko tini lobda cimosi ke tini jiksho kenala jik tini jiksho kenala tini ngaso tarta gente ngaso malum reta tini ngaso unso are zini tini ke tini jiksho zutni tini lobma sola tini lan jab tini chigi oreze tini zeng doze tini jab tam kemareze.
In 2014, high school students taking an exam in China were given the essay topic, is this a dream or not? And weren't able to respond to this question. And the students didn't pass this essay.
Yeah. Teni lo nishes sabdan sabje tidizka kongrorto teni ngacho teni lama yujinoro teni ngarang chola teni trawa korang gusum teni stigyamne teni tela langyab shosone teni the ngacho tarta malum reta ngacho teni choare sone teni chumchu gyabare teni ngacho mambo samlo tani choa imbi gimtsen mambo shate teni gimtsen chikyang gimtsen ngomazo chikyang Shamatha bares.
Oni shisake kungona. About 27 or 28 years ago, Lama Ishinobu or Khenpo Jimmy Punso Khenpo's root teacher composed some writing on this question of whether it right now is a dream or in fact it's really everyday life, and gave it to the students. They contemplated it for a long time, and he asked them to respond to this, to provide their own opinions and reasons. Many of them tried to come up with all kinds of reasons as to why, in fact, this present moment was real. However, none of them were convincing.
Yeah. Teni ngacho nyangma teni lama mpham jamgun mpham rambochi ji yore teni khorang ga teni sung ga nala yang ngacho or malam dang teni ngacho choani ka choba ji gyab yore je choba ji gyab ni malam ga jena ngarang demba yin se teni chowa ga jena ngarang demba yin kyo jamba re je ne teni choba ji gyab yore teni thaji jigta ni teni ta jamba re ro je ma to ta ngarang demba yin bi gimchen ji
Jamgon Minpa Rinpoche penned his thoughts on this question, characterizing a debate between real life and a dream. And real life was claiming, this is true, this is really happening. And the dream claimed, no, this is a dream, I am right. And they argued back and forth. But at the end of the day, neither was able to produce convincing reasons as to whether they were true or not. So at the end of it, both appeared as false.
Teni indi ta ngacho teni mjingthar teni ngacho teni te domsik de kare jena jelun domsik de kare jena pena machik ka teni lo ja thamba ka teni nga chu machik ka nyamnyung te teni chitsuni ga nala teni thong shi jana teni tela malum ze gores jelun jena jingjera waya teni te nga chu machik ka teni machik pena lo ja thamba yena lo ja thamba ga teni nyamnyung machik ga nyamnyung te chitsuni ga nala teni div jana chong yu jana yaso
So, in conclusion, we can say that if the contents of 100 years of human life were condensed into 2 hours, this could be called a dream. And if we were able to extend these 2 hours out into the length of a lifetime, then we could call this life. So, with the exception of the length of time in question, there is no difference between everyday life and dream. There's no difference that we can assert in terms at the experiential level or at the level of argument or theory. Many people say that dreams are false, they're not true.
Ya, teni nga chu shigre ta yinna yang teni ta te nga chu mulum gna ni sir cha pi ji su teni nga chu o khojam bare je ni teni zegre ma to ba nga chu mulum mujim bi ne kam na nga chu zamba yamba ti shigyo mares.
However, it's only after we wake up from the dream that we say, oh, that's false. While we're still in the dream, we do not have this idea at all.
Teni mulum te zamba yamba ti nga chu chama ha ko yo re nga chu sami kheyang lengre te yinna teni nga chu mulum de zamba yamba mashina teni mulum ka nga chu la dingmur mambo njiktak ta dingmur mambo ki yung nda waze.
So even though everybody knows that dreams are not true, if while we are dreaming we don't know this, then dreams bring us all kinds of suffering and all kinds of fear.
Teni yendi teni nga chu ta dingmur mambo zo nga chu dingmur ramra mambo zo teni ta yore ta ti yongsa ta gani yo tani nga chu ha ko re teni samlo ta na dingmur gum jongkhong ta kain ta nga chu ha ko re.
So we need to isolate or identify, in fact, what the source of our suffering is.
Teni gandhi teni wana ta dingmur ta gandhi yong gand zena nga chu ngupu kang tang kan yin na ja khorang tong go thola demba yin na ja khorang tong go thola zamba yin na ja ngarang chu tela demba re samni sim go thoni zamba ha chang chimbo shi jagna teni ti dingmur ke yong re.
And what the source of this suffering is, the source of this suffering is our tendency to grasp onto things, whatever they may be, as being intrinsically true.
Teni ngarang chu pena lakpa go ngupo chilan den di tambo shini teni zong jana teni ngupo de nga chu lakpa ga nang ga shit chimbo zo ka teni ten sona nga chu zummo de chan de khashi mashina de nga chu zummo chat do res zummo khashi mashina pena nga chu teni to ngupo den da was lakpa ga nang lan ji yona teni to lakpa ga dum ni teni ji yona ndo jamba za kan ten sona Okay, so
it's like if we're tightly grasping onto something, tightly holding it with our hands. If we are to suddenly pull our hands away, then without opening our hands, we won't be able to remove it from the object.
Yeah. Dini tin da was ka pe na nga so so rang la yo pi wang cha yen na ra so go teni che pam jur yen na ra teni so go che thop thang yen na ra teni mambo z nga rang so sem ga na ni hal le pan teni tambo shini teni zung yo res.
Whether it be our riches or status or fame. These are things that we typically cling to very tightly in our minds.
Teni inna teni ngazo pamjuri nanja teni wangcha tang pamjur tang teni lipo teni zupo detang tang deso tamjepo teni kapsu teni ngazo lagna ni par tonggoya da ngazo la teni rawa mepa ga toni ngazo ta par kapjan roa teni yores.
However, there are times when we need to let go, as it were, of our clinging, our grasping to these things, whether it be our attachment to riches and status, or our physical health, or our bodies.
Teni di kapsa ngazo sem parteni kapshi shigo reze sem kapshi shigo re matoba gate sem kamashi ni sem gatarong dendi shini zona teni dungar halipa chimbo sem kanala yongore sem kanala teni dungar mambo teni kapsi yongores.
So it's when we actually lose our grasp of these things that our minds need to open like our hands. If we continue to cling at times like this, then we will experience great suffering.
Teni sem para kapshia tila ti tapshi tila teni gum nipa tereze ngazo terang shati gum nipa ti tereze.
And the method for opening our minds or letting our minds go at this time is the second kind of meditation.
Teni ngazo terang shati gum tambo tang gum nipa re gum niti nani gum tambo te teni peda ngazo chowa ganani leka ganani shongwis non shing jata kapse sem market pata. So the
first kind of meditation that I spoke about this afternoon was a kind of meditation that we can use in moments where we have a lot of pressure or stress as a way to reduce these feelings.
Then you go nipa te then you also then dumur changma mali yonsu jobat zawani mepashini te dipshegere nipa te hale patini gum li hajang yakboreze. Teni tambo te na ta ne teni ta nga su yang nyamlin shi na pantok yore su sem la pantok yore ti gomu ni pote hajang ga teni karchen bores.
So whilst this first kind of meditation certainly can bring us benefit, the second kind of meditation is able to eliminate our suffering completely at the root, and it is an amazing kind of meditation.
Teni tambo gom tambo tenge teni do dizu shakins.
I'm going to briefly speak about the first kind of meditation.
Then you gum tambo tila ngazo teni the tapshi shirtang tapshi halibat teni mambo yoreze gum gyablik tila mambo zindoze.
In respect of this first kind of meditation, there are many different techniques available that can be used.
Shirtam zambalang teni the chuluk soso gangda gangla yena teni gum gyapchar teni soso la rang soso gum gyapchar mandrawa teni yosares.
In the world today, among different religious traditions, there are each tradition has their own respective kinds of meditation.
Yena teni gum gyapchar teni tapshi chi mangshu te njamra haliba mambo yosata teni namba teni jong dereze.
However, the tradition with the most diverse and numerous forms of meditation is the Buddhist tradition.
Ti nane kyang nane kyang teni to boba teni to namba di nala bojin nautan di nala chi haleba mangshu reze.
And within the Buddhist tradition, the Tibetan tradition in particular has a vast spectrum of meditation practices.
Teni boba bojin nautan ganala teni gom mangshu imbi gemsen ka rezena teni bojin nautan ganala sanga ka teni to chu ngazupe na teni ja chuta teni ngazu nyantu chuta teso ganala maybe teni sanga mambozi yoreze.
And the reason for this richness in meditation approaches is due to the fact that the Tibetan tradition is the Vajrayana tradition.
Teni ti sanga ka na tela teni to tapshi yang gom gyablik ka tapshi ngazo pe na shirtang ka teni takba chimbo tang teni nyantu ka takba teso ganala mafshi pi sha mipi teni yang gom taba halepa mambo tinala ndoze.
So within the Vajrayana tradition, there are many kinds of meditation that not in the Sutric, the Mahayana Sutric tradition, or in the Theravadan traditions.
Then ti gum te solatini, ti tapshi te solatini, teni, teni ngaso to dungur the mepa she gore. Te yena ti nani tapshi tila ngaso chikti nirkumsu tini ngaso namba mayna, pe ngaso namba la tapa machine khan. Or tendizi yana chuluk la sawane tapa mungkan zina namba tapshi to korang ka peshu and dukanduzi nirkumsu.
For the time being, or for temporary benefit, it is possible for people who are not Buddhists to make use of these approaches.
The next chupota, the need of a tangone on the number of shine, korang number yenze, the need number of chutus or ramba in the Tama, the Yamlim shine, the Nindro gores.
The second of this, or the first kind of meditation, is the kind that anybody can appropriate. The second kind requires Buddhist faith and then following a graduated and progressive path of meditation practice.
Tena tinita namba nani gum chupu mari namba tawata namba tini gumta tini namba tini jamba tini rentang tawata so sama chachangzi tini tanglin shi go rezi gum nipatina.
The second kind of meditation requires that not just the practice of the actual meditation practice itself, but also an embrace of Buddhist attitudes and values and views.
Teni gum tambo te yinna teni ngacho namba tawata gumbata teni jamba tsama tanglim shi go mare korang ti nani namba tapshi chingda ni da teni teni korang gang khona ti nyamlin shi ni teshi jana chokore jamba tso korang nyamlin mashi na chokore.
But the first kind of meditation doesn't require the acceptance of a wholesale acceptance of Buddhist views and values. It's appropriate to extract, as it were, a couple of effective approaches or methods from the Buddhist tradition and put these into practice.
Teni tambo te pe na ngacho chulug la tapa machine khayin na chulug tapa shin khayin na sedang se na yang teni di tapshi to korang ka semla pan tongro reze ko tapayo na mena semla pan ko yongdrchiya ka tapshi zure teni di pan tongro reze.
So the first kind of meditation is a kind of training that simply brings benefit to the mind, and it will bring benefit to the mind regardless of the faith or religious background of the person practicing it.
Pena yoga ta varese pena yoga inna teni tambo ti jagar ke chulu ke korang ke nyamlin zereze inna ti jine teni ngacho chulu la ta pa yong ken men ken mambo teni korang so lipu teni detang ke tondala teni nyamlin she yore te shina chokore pena ten ra borese.
It's rather similar to yoga, which originally was a practice in the Hindu tradition, but over time became a physical practice that spread all over the world, and it's a practice from which many people gain physical benefit.
Tanita gum kangin nanda te la shetang atsu namba la tini gum jablik mambo shayore ta ni terang tini atsu gum tambo da nipo ta tabdepo nyung tini ngotu shikins.
So in the Buddhist tradition, there are many different meditation techniques and methods, some in greater detail and less, but today I'm going to describe in relation to the first and second kinds of meditation a very practical and simple meditation methods.
Tani namgin ngacho tini choa nala ngacho semti tini ta namtok te haliban de namtok mambo de yong yore namtok te kajik chikang tini ndukmare semti tini perna jamchu la tini rlap chimbo yo pata was raising ngacho semti.
Usually our minds experience all kinds of distracting thoughts. They arise in our minds like waves in an ocean.
Teni ngacho jamchu go rlap phajang chimbo tini to yongwa ta ngacho semti nala tini ramra yangna kapsa hajang gachewa yangna kapsa hajang chim dugba tenri mambo de yongna teni ti teni ngaso sem mara teni ne matapa sim jiwa yong matapa tenri regre teni ti topko teni ngaso sem kanala mabdiwa mambo yongre makipa.
So just like waves in an ocean, we often feel surges of extreme happiness. We also feel surges of extreme unhappiness, and it's due to these different surging feelings that we are unable to experience calmness in our minds. And on account of not being able to feel this calmness, we experience suffering.
Tani ta nga so gum tela ni pa kan tin rizna tini gum ga thapshi tela teni nga so nam tok tini chimbo yo pate tani mar chechong se tani tani chechong la tong go res.
So really what we are attempting to do by the first kind of meditation is to reduce the size of these waves or surges of feelings or thoughts in our minds.
Tani tama nga so tani sem ga nala namtong ndi yar namtong ramda kiwa te meni tani par sem tani ne sakchi ga thola thikching da bo thola ne thsona tani tela sem tela journée zegre sem jimo jiwa ngala ne thap kres.
And after extended practice, when we are able to bring these surges of distracting thoughts, to reduce them in their intensity, gradually reducing them until they become like a flat line. When we reach this stage, then we can say that we have reached a stage of calmness or equanimity.
Tani ta tinji gone nga so wona nga so semte tini tambo tarta nga so semte haleba tini namtok mambore tini namtok te chechong so ne namtok meba tinji she gona tela thapshi kang yozena tani thapshi tela gumtham jamja guyores.
So in terms of reducing these turbulent distracting thoughts in their intensity, there are 9 concrete methods.
Teni ti thapshi mjawar guti teni nga so gum tambo teni ngun zikpa ne teni gum te teni yakbo z teni mjik zongjo go war ka teni nekap te chang chama te teni tinalan diores ti gutinalan diores.
And these 9 methods encompass the stages from when we begin our meditation and until we bring it to its conclusion.
Teni ti gpote nekap mjawar gpote nga so perna bok chu nala ina bojit namtang nala ina ti gpote rmo lamni tini ta bojit namtang da ja la yore ja chan zi ti nala ti nipo ti tini rmo la tini ngotu she ko yore rmo tini.
These different 9 stages within a meditation or within a session of meditation practice in both the Tibetan and Chinese traditions are depicted in visual format. They're shown in pictures.
Teni jaga nala ina jaga teni chang nala teni ti rmo go tela teni alang gi rmo ze alang ze na walang ge rmo ze jaga jiu niu tu ze ti zok doma ge teni rmo ze kere teni ze ko ne ngo chu she kan dos.
In the Chinese Chan tradition, these 9 stages are depicted as the 9 oxes, sorry.
Yeah, teni boba nala teni ta ti jane gomsar ta teni chigda lambo chich ta xiang lambo chigda teni chaba chig o to so sumgo teni goni teni ngoto she ko yores chig monk zero.
Oh, okay. The first being a monkey, the second being an elephant. This one being
lambo che teni mo. Yeah, jaba.
Oh yeah, and a monk. These are the three ways that these 9 stages are portrayed in the Tibetan tradition.
Teni ti ramba goni teni to nekap tambo ni pa samba teni goni teni ngotu she ko yore zinga so boju kana tanga nala.
So within the Tibetan tradition, these different moments or different stages within a meditation session are depicted in these nine stages.
Teni ti nani ge nani nga chu nge terang kang shakin zena tambuk sum to shakin ze ge nani.
And what I'd like to talk about today are the first of these three stages.
Teni ngarang cho tambu teni gum jam kang ge le tambu ba teni zena teni ti gbo nani Shamatha su te halipa kar chimbo mare ngama sambo te kar chimbo res.
The most important among these 9 stages are the first 3 of them, especially for someone embarking on the practice.
Teni tambo sum ge nani tambu te la kang ze ge zena njokpa ze ge zena cho borke ke na la njokpa zena kari njokpa zena chis ke ton da ge zena nga cho gum jab na pen na ngarang ge sem ge na la teni martak ban rao yang na teni chu ta ngupo kang ze teni sam nam rang ge sem te ti thola par jarni teni ni na pen na ngarang ge mu ke teni shang ge loma zla tani nge mu ni po teni shang ge loma zla tani teni nge sem te yang teni ti shang ge loma ti thola jarni nge sem te yu mu te chu sam lo mambo mo tani nge shang ge loma ti thola sem te par jarni te din dna te la njokpa zigres.
So the first of these stages is called resting. And it's resting is like, for example, bringing my gaze to the leaf on this plant, and by concentrating on the leaf, I bring all of the other distracting thoughts in my mind into a state of rest.
Teni nga cho karti chorang nangba zgina teni nangba sarje ba teni pena sarje shakja ta ba ke thangkha o teni zngola jerne teni thangkha tela pena zhigang dan teni de ba de zhigang ze re yana chenpo ina zhigang chongchong ina sormo ji o teni ge che chongchong zu teni pena dingola jerne teni ni ge tela tani teni de gores nangba zgina.
If you're a Buddhist, you could perform this kind of practice by fixing your gaze on a tanka of a Buddha, a tanka maybe the size of half an arm span, putting it in front of you and focusing on this.
Teni karte yeshi chuluk pa tinjina korang yeshi gtini kelatana chokore yana ti jadam te latana chokore shizja tela tana chokore ti tik tela tani tana pena jadam de ngol la jarni teni jadam go jumdo ti thola mugni po ti thola ta teni semyang ti thola par jarni teni tana chokore.
And if you were a Christian, you could do the same thing with picture of Jesus or with the cross by putting it in front of you and focusing on it with your 2 eyes and bringing your attention to this.
Teni kyorang karte tapa tsawani menken chulu kang tapa yang menken tenisina ni kyorang changlo masik latana chokore jamba remo kang romas latana chokore tenis latana tin jugres.
And if you were a person of no particular religious faith at all, then you could do the same thing by looking at the leaf on a plant or by looking at any picture in general.
Teni tawi ni kamna nga so teni mu ni po te kola targo re teni mu Zumdib mambo teni mambo nyang mare teni yarta marta mambo nyang mare mukti ti thola tan gore teni mugni po ta tani teni semyang ti thola par jarni pena sanje shakja ta pa keina ra sanje gendala di mensam dala tana chokore thakar la tana chokore otena sanje kala tana ra yeshi la tana ra jadam te la tana ra shangaloma la tana ra Gantar tini nga tsu mugni po tang tini semte tasakchi ka tola tani tini yandro mandro moshe par tini chika tola par tani tini ndgore tela semti tola njoze greze par njoze apena nga tsu chinda tini ndi tola njoze randa ora ngarang semti ti tola jagre ti tonda greze.
So regardless of what it is we are using as our object of concentration, of focus, whether it be a picture of the Buddha, an image of the Buddha, focusing on the spot between his eyes or at his heart, or whether it's a Christian some kind of Christian iconography or the leaf of a plant, what we need to do is focus our two eyes in a very single-pointed way upon the object, not blinking, not looking around from left to right, and in so doing bringing our minds to rest on the object that we are looking at.
Yana pe na nga cho nyarji ta was gomna tini nga cho sem gna la nyarji chipo te gomne tini nam to jam me ba shine nga cho sem te nyarji ga to la par jerne tini nyarji chipo te sem gna la samna te la njogba zegres.
And we can also refer to this kind of resting in terms of compassion meditation, where we focus our minds exclusively on compassion and generating compassion. We do not allow our minds to wander to other things. This is also a form of resting.
Tini semti tola jerne tini nam ton ramada mambo mebashine tini jerne tini nipi nekam na tini nga cho thomer tini lojong shi nekam na jondur shi nekam da yin rambon tu thuk mare je tini pena karma shekhanda karma chingda yana karma ninda tini ma to yin rambon tu thuk mare je ti tola tini ma ton tu thuk mare je.
But this first kind of, this first stage resting is not something that we will be able to sustain for a very long time when we first set out. Perhaps at the beginning we might only be able to do it for 30 seconds or a minute or a couple of minutes.
Teni njog matav zena kare zena tenga so sem kana la nam tong ramanda mambo ki hong gare teni nyuk teni ta sakchila ta ne nyuk ta yo na sem ko teni duk mare teni sem ro re je teni sem jalan ro re teni yaram bund tab ko mare.
So when we say not being able to rest the mind, what we mean is that even though our eyes might still be focused on the object, our minds have wandered off in another direction.
And
when this happens, we then need the second method.
Ginzena gintani nipati gintani pena nga chu marashar kayona pena chitba chigla ginzeg mareze chmambo ndite varma chatan rona tini tila ginzeg reze gintani ro atila zegre tindi indi nga cho pena semte tini titola jagona tini korang janzla sona yang layang shadong titola parja gore titola gintani ne gore tila ginjo zegreze.
And so this second approach that we take is called continual resting. It's like a drop of water. We can't talk about it being water in any kind of continuous sense, but when we have lots of drops together, like a river, then we can call this continuous or continual. So what this refers to is bringing our minds back to the object of focus when they wander.
Teni genjog zigiti teni tondakta ngaso kowa tab debo zgotoni shana gin machet par nepatela zegresi gin machet par neparezi pena ngaso tangbo ngaso teni nyarji gomyona teni yang namtok jambazi yoni nyarji mayimba mambo sem kanala kesona te gin chaparezi o tendi mayimbar nyarji te pena karma nga karma ch tendi kanala nyarji takda gin machat yongwa tendi zla zegresi genjog zigiti tendi zrezi.
So this continual resting refers to not breaking our concentration in our meditation. So, for example, when meditating on compassion, after 5 or 10 minutes, our thoughts might wander off elsewhere. So the continual resting is really referring to establishing or maintaining a continual focus on our object.
Then ti kapsanga so gintat ne gona te haleba kamu yoreze haleba kamu yore nga so le tambu pazina gintat ne thamkamare savane ne thamkamare.
However, at the beginning in particular, doing this is extremely difficult and is probably not something, in fact, we'll be able to do.
Yina te kyongmare nga so mumtni jondrshini karte tini nga so ti kirmajna jondrshina kale gin rambo ni thyongore tambu te thamkamare da.
However, it is something that if we persist in our practice, if we persevere, that we gradually will be able to achieve.
Teni ti kapsa teni nga so semna la chapjukshi gubi tontak chigyo resi ti kapsa.
And at this time, there is something that we need to mentally prepare for ourselves.
Pena rungo lanzang kanga runzak teni lister bazginna teni korang ka semla chapjuk go resi ta korang teni rungo lanjona kabli mambo jab go re samdi teni chapjuk tu korang ka sem kana la yor go resi pena tin rawaz ka ngachu semna la chapjuk go resi.
So when we talk about mentally preparing, it's like a mountaineer who's going to scale the peak of a mountain. Before he or she does this, she needs to mentally acknowledge that the difficulties that they are likely to endure.
Teni pena ngachu namgin ngachu choa ganala gum marja pine kamna ngachu sem kana nam tongtra mantra mambo yong yoreta yona te ngachu hako yo mareze.
Usually in the course of our everyday existences, all kinds of discursive thoughts and distracting thoughts arise in our minds, but this is not something for the most part that we are aware of.
Teni tanga so gum jabjati teni ha lepa nam to chimang song pe na so teni namgin gum magipi nerkab le teni chik teni ninjir samjir jinjir ke teni nam to chimang la song rawo.
However, when we first begin to practice meditation, it seems that these kinds of thoughts are in actual fact like they're multiplying in number.
Teni ti kapsa teni nga summa mamboz ka teni simla teni kandi samro rezena o ta ngi gum jabna yak po yong samare ngi gum jabda teni ta gum thap samare ngarang ta gum yo samare ngarang la le tang karwa yo samare samni. And it's
at this point that many people become discouraged, feel that they are not able to persist in meditation, that they're not going to achieve good results, that they're not really cut out for it, and on this basis abandon their practice. But this really isn't a case of not having the good karma for meditation or otherwise not being cut out for it. In fact, every single person is like this. This kind of mental occurrence is the rule for every individual.
Soa nala gum marji pine kamna dindi nam tok mambo yongo yore tarun dali jang mang yore ta ti kapsangi dang ma je pere nge samlo ma tang wi jimsin ji ma shi pare tartang gum jab je pine kamna ngarang la nam tok kandi mambo yo ba de ngarang ga shi song are ma to ba nam tok je mang sa song ma re samni dindi sam go res.
What we need to tell ourselves at this moment is not that our discursive thoughts are increasing or multiplying, but rather that before we began to meditate and observe our minds, we in fact had no idea about the nature of our discursive thoughts, or even that we had them at all. So really what we are experiencing is an observation of the discursive thoughts we had in any case, and not their multiplication or increase.
Tani ti kapsa ngacho rang la senso she go re senso she ne o ta kyong mare Tata nam tok mambo nduta ti kyong ko mare nge nam tok jimang lan ro mare jinyong lan ro re o dindi ne kabla ta mus ta se na le tambo pi kaps ta nam tok mambo yo re ti kyong ko mare nge yin dam manda teni gum go sam ne ti kaps tini sam go re.
And so we need to comfort ourselves at this point, recognizing that our discursive thoughts are not multiplying, that they will get less, and that we need to persist in our practice.
Teni ngaso teni tari ngaso tapsi sim yo pinen ka nipati tere tine kamna jini ki ngaso gin thne gin rambo she etamato tar goze hajang rambo she tab kumare ta karma ni da sam ra nga da tindi kana la gin ma chet par teni ngaso teni sim tindi ne to moto tar go res.
So this is the second stage of this practice, continual resting, which refers to the being able to focus, to concentrate on our object for an extended period of time. At the beginning, it won't be for very long, maybe only a couple of minutes, but this is the second stage.
Tani ta tabshik samba dereze. Tabshik samba tila lan tin jokbaz gereze. Lan tin jokbazena lan zena kang zena pena nge tangbo tini nyarji da bozu gom yona tini ngaranga semte tini jambazla sone nyarji maimba tini tondak mepa ndura mepa tomi kshawa mambo semkanala tini sam yongreze ti sambine kamna nge yang ngaranga semte laryang shir yongne nyarji ga thola paran jokore tela lanzena yankirti thola paran jokore o tela landin jokbaze gres.
So this third stage is repeated resting, which refers to bringing our mind back to our object of concentration after it has wandered away. So as if we were doing meditation on compassion, if our minds were to go off onto somewhere else, repeated here refers to that repeated action of again bringing our mind back to our object of focus.
Teni ti kapsa teni ulan tin jok pazi tin jok gona ngachola ti kapsa teni tornang shi go agni yoze ti kapsa.
In bringing our attention back, there are two things that we need to keep in mind.
Tornang shi go sa tangbo de kangrezina ngacho simte pena nyangji tangbo ngacho nyangji gom go yona teni ta khorang nyangji maimba tondak jambaz pena ngarang chimsang go tondak raboda yang chung jabje teni ji khefsang ga tondang ra bo teni jamba sam ga yona teni lamsang teni ngarang ga hakko go re ongi nyangji gom gom du ngarang ga jamba sam ga du samba te lamsang shi go res.
So the first thing that we need to keep in mind, or the first thing we need to do when our minds wander, so say we are meditating on compassion, the moment that we realize our mind has wandered off, perhaps thinking about something to do with our families or maybe our business or something like that, what we need to be able to do is immediately recognize that our minds have wandered off. This recognition that our mind has wandered is important.
Teni kartite mashina pena ngarang ga tangbo nyangji gom go na ta nga semti nyangji mobgumni teni tondak jambaz teni samlo tang teni she ko je ta ngarang ga hama ko na teni nga chu karma rnga karma ch teni ga nala teni nam chok nyangji sawani gom ko mare korang ga jambaz sam ko yore ta ina ngi teni simla dagbo ma gimni teni tichu mambo cholak tang ro res.
If we're not able to recognize when our minds wander off, then it may in fact be the case that while we are sitting down meditating, as it would seem on compassion, our minds have actually gone off somewhere else, and maybe for even 5 or 10 minutes at one time. And this is a great waste of time in our practice.
Tindi yendi tini ngaso tini nge pena ngarang ka tangbo nyangji gom ko yona tani ta nyangji maim baz tini sem kana la tindi chanyuna titi lamsang tini hakko go re lamsang o nge nyangji maim baz nge nyangji gom ko madu ngarang ka jambaz sa samlo tang ndu samne lamsang chang go re ti tondak tangbo re.
So the first thing is this immediate recognition that we are no longer concentrating on what we are intending to concentrate on. I'm meant to be concentrating on compassion, but I'm no longer doing that. I'm thinking about something else. This is what we need to train ourselves to recognize.
Teni tondak nipa te gangrezena teni pena tadi nyarji gom go yona tata ngarang ka sem go nyarji mugumne teni khorang ka jamba sam go yona tenge shisongna teni shipatamji choko mareze ta Shamatha teni khorang semti sirchi yong go re sirchne nyarji ga thola par jegne o mumtni nyarji ga thola teni tan jog go re na tela lantin jog ba ze yangkir nyarji ga thola par teni jegne teni she go re te tondak ni pares.
Simply knowing or recognizing, however, that our minds have wandered off is not enough. What we need to do after we realize that this is happening is bring our minds back to our object of focus. And it's this bringing of the mind back that we are talking about with repeated resting.
Teni tendi go ni teni yerambola kale jondrshe gore nga so simtela jondrshe atela hachanga thapshi gore pe na nga so tendro jondrshe na pe na ta tini to khalo ti bandao lambo chi teni ndrjong ze gore tendi she bandao to so la tini thapshi gore tenda wo she nga so sim tini jondrshe go na kale teni thapshi go ni jondrshe gore.
So we need to train our minds using an approach and a method like this, just as we would train or tame an animal like a horse or an elephant, so too do we need to train our minds.
Teni thapshi tela teni kale teni nga so simte halipa pe na so chisu shekhanda ota karma nyesheta teni na la nin sim chiktola pe na nyaji gomna nyaji kyamba ma to ba jang musamba da Tendi yang karte nyarji magum nga so jirni da bogomna sem ganala teni chiso shekandra chiso chingdra tendi zganala teni namtok jamba chig me pa shini teni hachang teni jiwa teni zganala ne tham kres.
And if we apply this approach, then it will be possible for us for a period of 20 minutes or half an hour, to remain in concentration on our particular object of meditation, whether it be compassion or whether it be a shamatha practice. We will be able to remain in a state of single-pointed concentration on our object of meditation.
Teni ti ka sa pe na nga so Jamcho na la long jamni teni ralub chimbo yongo yowi kapsa teni long temar me pare sona teni jamcho ngo la lab me pa teni jamcho ngo par teni to lab chichi me pa teni demo rendo re pena tenda bore ne semte par demo rendo res. And
this will enable us to bring a great peace to our minds, just as an ocean, when there's a great wind blows and then the waves churn up and it's very violent and choppy. When the wind subsides, then so too do the waves, and the ocean face becomes very calm. We can achieve the same result with our minds.
Teni kartenga su nimare la, teni karma nishendao, chisu shekanda, chisu chingda, teni rela, teni gomtab sona, teni ngazu sem kanala yopi teni dungwar mambota. Teni non shikta, teni tongser ka natawan rawota, to so tsangma teni tin meba shin rawres.
And if we can persevere in this kind of practice daily for 20 minutes or half an hour or an hour, then much of our mental suffering, our pressure, depression, etc., can really be reduced.
Ten rovi jimsen ta kangrezena teni ngaso tongser ka nadien nanda, teni non shigena sem marke payan nanda. Teso tamchipo nga so sem ganala teni namtong ramada mambo hajang mambo kini teni tindi samlo dugbo mambo tang teni shipi jimsenji teni to sem mahki pachak bares.
And the reason that this kind of approach is effective for feelings of unhappiness or stress or depression is that in fact these mental states emerge from our minds.
Ate sem namtok mambo kievjak pi jimsenji sem marke pas ngorese. Sem namtok mambo kievjak pi jimsenji sem marke pares ngorese.
Yes, so it's a result that these states are brought about due to the fact that our minds are generating a lot of negative thoughts, and these are responsible for the suffering in our minds.
Tani tal namtok te so tamchipo me parende teni sem jeware songine kamna teni jewati nala dungur chigyan yo mare jewati nala dungur yo mare teni jewati te ti nala yarambo rawone thamna teni dungur samati nala jine pena namkhane khawa bavna so nala khawa bavna teni so nala khawa bavna so nani teni chirendo re pena tinra bores.
And if we can maintain this practice or extend this practice over a period of time, then the sufferings in our mind will cease to exist, like snow falling into a lake that simply melts away. So it will be when negative thoughts arise in our minds.
Teni tingani teni nyarje tang teni sem kebo da teni yonga teni sem hachang kebo yonga tang teni sem kanala nyarje tang to so yakpo kini tindi je yong gres.
And with this state, then compassion and the nyungje dang.
Nyarje ki gre te sem kipo yong gres.
Oh, yeah, but that we will be able to generate compassion well, and our minds will generate happiness.
Ota tindi indi teni ngaso gum tambo te tere te tarong tela jipcha she go re nge terang sha chitum dordi tambo zre jipcha te so teni re chorang so namba ga teni jong la teni tarong jmo tani teni shena teni ti na la gum tham ram ra hale ba mambo ndu te so kan gum na chokore tela tarong jipcha te go re.
So this first type of the first kind of meditation that I've described today has just been a very brief and simple introduction. The Buddhist tradition offers much more detailed instructions on how to engage in this kind of meditation, and if this is something that you are interested in pursuing, then the Buddhist tradition offers more detailed descriptions on how this can be done.
Tani gum te tini soso tini pecha tani soso yige tani gumna yakbo yong mare te yin namana tela gum par chengkeng girgen zu go re se tini girgen khorang la yin na tini gum jabya ga nyamyong yakbo yong keng ga tini girgen zu ga tini par lob go re se tini tin samne nga so rang ga lobjong yakbo shi chai wi jis tini rang ga tini rang ga chimni gumna tin jigre.
It's usually not effective for us to simply learn meditation by reading books ourselves and sort of self-teaching, as it were. In order to practice well, we need to have a meditation teacher who has achieved some experience themselves. And after we have learnt well under their instruction, then we can continue with this practice in our own homes.
Tendi goni gum nyamnyong yong kan tendi zaka teni chna teni rang gum te kale yajin jo re tambo ngaso pena gum nyima chinda zangkur chinda tendi zala gum jamna ti nala yaji chimbo rogo mare ta te kyo mare kale rogo re ngaso jang rambo la ta go re ma to ngaso zangkur chinda bola gum ni te yakbo mayona o tangi gum shi samare samne yig jagna tendi ko mare jinkyong go re.
So under this proper instruction, gradually our meditation will progress. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in 1 week. We need to persist in our practice. It's not something that we should cast aside because we don't feel we've got immediate results with.
And
this is the first kind of meditation that we're going to talk about today.
This
kind of meditation is called Shamatha. The second kind of meditation today, due to time, I'm probably not going to be able to talk about in great detail, but what it is a meditation that is based on the calmness that we've established with the first kind of meditation, looking at the essence of the heart, and it's not the heart of the mind, and understanding, in fact, what the nature of the mind really is.
And the
benefit of understanding or knowing the nature of the mind is that all of our sufferings, whether great or small, in fact, originate from not knowing this. So this involves us appreciating that all of our happiness or attachments or unhappinesses are in fact just like dreams.
Teni mulum watawaz teni shisona teni ngazo pe na mulum ganala mulum yeba shisona dungur me pan rawo reyongres.
And upon knowing this, it's just like discovering in a dream that one is simply just having a dream.
Yena tine kamna ngazo nyarji teni yarji sindore nyarji kena teni chokore ngazo njikchakta teni khongchoda teni tso me parin rore ta yena nyarji rawota tso sama yarji chevzang rores.
But our compassion will continue to increase and to develop. Our negative emotions, our suffering, our fear, etc., these will disappear.
Teni ti kapsang aso teni randu kasamlo mambota, teni khungchoda, khunzanda, teni tadrig teni ta nyomumba sama meba chakares.
And at this point, our various negative feelings of resentment and anger, etc., will subside.
Teni nyarji yarji song jimsenji teni tina kamna ngazo manamla teni pamba mambo drib kare, teni jampan tela teni ta leka ta drib kares.
Nyungje teni.
Nyarji ki jimsenji jampan ki leka legares.
And the reason that our compassion continues to develop is that we are engaging, or that we are working for the benefit of others.
Teni jampang leka ta mambo lena teni tina ne soso ranga teni matse tondang dambarin rores.
And when we do a lot of work for the benefit of others, then our life becomes very meaningful.
Teni matse tondang dambare patang tedang nyamde teni sosoranga dewa tang kepang ngomatang atsuti jampan dribna tinang ne yongres.
And while our life is in addition to our lives becoming more meaningful, we realize that true happiness and joy, in fact, is derived from benefiting and helping others.
Teni ngatso jantun dribata jampan dribala tinni teni shongwi dewate teni dewa ngomate rese.
So this happiness that is derived from helping others is ultimate happiness.
Teni terang ngaso shito teni chat teni ngaso shatsar song teni tsamaga tarong yang jivchashini lojong yakboshini teni gomjabro cheese teni jabachi me sama yapo nyan song tji cheese.
And that brings to an end this afternoon's teaching. May everybody study well and meditate well. Thank you all for listening.